Before we get into these 23 games of Jackpot Hunter, we got to play one game of a Lucky 4 Bingo where we have $14,366 of total prizes. Super exciting stuff as you guys just have 40 seconds to get enrolled into this one.
Absolutely, and if it doesn't go out on this round, don't worry guys, you'll get another opportunity right at 6 p.m. after we finish up those Jackpot Hunter games. You'll get another opportunity at taking home this over $14,000 jackpot. But we are going to be streaming to you live for the next 2 hours on all those brand new Pilot TVs, your Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as Twitch. Our channel names on both are MegaSota for you guys.
Yeah, make sure you're checking in on those streams so that we can shoot you out some luck so that you can take home maybe a 14 grand jackpot in this Lucky 4 Bingo, or we'll shoot you out some luck if you're watching on one of those Pilot TVs.
Oh, yeah.
If your location isn't listed in the new the locations that just got some brand new Pilot TVs, send in a great player pick and we'll shoot you out some luck for it anyways. But those locations that just got new Pilot TVs are Smiley's Tavern, B&L Bar, Moen's Bar, Rodney's Tavern, Oleander Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, as well as the Lamplighter Bar.
Absolutely. So if you're at one of those locations, a little bit of extra luck going out to you guys as you get to watch us on a brand new shining Pilot TV. But don't worry, there's so many getting rolled out to Minnesota as we speak, and so you guys should be.
We have a nice run-up at this mini jackpot. One ball away for DL Bowman every single one of these, and we clicked over. Wow, DL Bowman super close to taking home at least one of those jackpots. Just not quite able to do it. Now working on a $1 Musco prize.
Absolutely. But as I was saying, we got even more of those Pilot TVs getting rolled out to you guys. So if you're at a location that doesn't have one yet, just be a little patient. You might see one soon.
Yeah, we're super excited to see all those Pilot TVs get out there, especially if you guys are watching on a Pilot TV. Check in. We want to know because we like seeing those players watching on those TVs. But we're still working on this $1 Musco prize as DL Bowman has been joined by nobody at this one ball away mark. We'll see. He got there really early, so it may be one of those where we see a lot of balls fall before we see anybody join up at that one ball away mark. But do you have a lucky guess for that final ball number? Oh, and there it is. Too late. 8, 10, 71, and 74 is those winning numbers. DL Bowman taking home $1 in that first game. And now we're getting enrolled into game number 1 of Jackpot Hunter. But that was funny. I was like, yeah, pick one out. This is probably going to take a while. But DL Bowman had different plans, getting it done nice and early. Now getting that $1 prize. At least it's enough to pay for at least one card on this game of Jackpot Hunter. And you're going to want to spend that $1 as that minor jackpot is at 60 balls or less, $287 on the line. If we get it over $300, we'll be clicking up from 60 to 64 balls or less in game number 2 of Jackpot Hunter. But I think what we all got our eye out on is the major prize.
Absolutely. I mean, guys, $26,508 on the line before you guys start playing. 53 balls or less, that's better odds than our Twins Bingo. So you guys definitely need to be trying your hand at this because I'm hoping we can give out that monster jackpot today.
I really feel like we can do it today, and if we don't give it out for a while, I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't do it at 53 balls or less. At $27,000, it clicks up another ball count. So we could see it even do that during these games. Super exciting stuff, and super exciting stuff in that minor as it's over $300 now, which means that if it doesn't go out in 60 balls or less, in game number 2 we'll be clicking up from 60 to 64.
Absolutely, but you guys still have 2 minutes to get enrolled, so you guys got some time. Grab your friends, get enrolled, grab those cards, and let's try and give out some cash. And that way you guys can count towards our rolling total of jackpots, which would be super exciting. We're trying to hit record-breaking jackpots this season. So far, we are at 468 for Season 11, just 23 from this past week alone.
Yeah, really good stuff this last week, and you just got to get over $600 to be able to make this list. And the first person to do so this weekend was Angel Ma on Friday over at Ugly Putters, taking home $872.
Nicely done. Next up on Friday, finishing out Friday's jackpots was actually Blue Under over at the Underground Bar and Grill, who got to take home $1,212.
Good job, Blue Under. Is there a cop show that has blue in it?
I'm sure.
I feel like there is. There's a big one that I feel like has, what's his name, with the iconic mustache.
I know who you're talking about, but I do not know his name. Yeah, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, it would make sense. There's
Blue Bloods.
That's what I was going to say. There's
Bloods.
Blue Bloods.
That's what I'm thinking of. Blue Bloods. That has why am I'm still blanking on his name. Iconic short shorts from the 70s and 80s.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. That's who it is.
The mustache himself.
Oh yeah, one of the best mustaches to ever grace the screen.
Absolutely.
But for some reason, I just couldn't get that. Get that off. Thinking of Blue Bloods from Blue Under. But good job to all the jackpot winners on Friday. To get us started off on Saturday, we had Tippy over at Vic's Bar and Grill in Moorhead taking home $7,298, and we gave out about 80 grand during that Saturday.
Absolutely. We gave out a ton of cash, and a person who got a good chunk of it, who got to take home $6,389 of it, it was Brandon over at the Albany Bowling Center.
Yeah, good job, Brandon. We also had Jamie Barr over at Max on Main taking home $740.
Absolutely, but it seems like Albany's Bowling Center was the lucky location on Saturday, as Mark, who was playing over there, ended up taking home just a gigantic jackpot of over $75,849.
Yeah, that school bingo mega prize had been building up for a while, and so I'm glad to see it go out to a great player, Mark. But the final jackpot that went out on Saturday went out to Sam over at the Willow, taking home $1,000 and $1,020.
Nicely done. And then we had one final jackpot that went out on Sunday, and it went out to Faux Skylar over at Frank's Bar, who ended up getting to take home a jackpot of $693. Nicely done, finishing off a full weekend of some great prizes that went out.
Yeah, good job to all of those players. But now we are in this game right here of Jackpot Hunter, where we got a 60 ball or less minor. Players 9 balls away already with only 37 balls dropped. We'll see if this can be a lucky one, as I see some of those big time players like Yags 370, DL Bowman, Viddy, another big time, 2A-Girl, 69 T-Bird, all big time players that we see out all the time. We'll see if we can go out in this game right here.
Absolutely. But if you guys want to check out a different kind of game, we have just released our 4th eTab game of the year so far. Just about 2 weekends ago now, we sent out this awesome eTab for you guys to try out called Break the Bank. You can end into that banker bonus round even and pick a lucky safety deposit box in search of those big jackpots.
Yeah, I love Break the Bank. Really good graphics, super fun stuff. And hopefully we can have some fun stuff in this game right here. People are still in line to be able to take this one home. Hopefully we can do it in this game. It's only game number 1, so I feel like it's already pretty lucky. It have to happen right here. Doesn't look like it. Moving on to a $37 Musco prize, but that just means some more exciting stuff for you guys as you get enrolled into game number 2. We'll see who can take home this Musco prize of $37, as there we have a player.
Absolutely. We got DL Bowman as well as Tommy Woe over, both splitting up that $37 Musco prize in this game number 1.
Yeah, Tommy Woe over at Concordia Carboni's Pizzeria, and DL Bowman over at American Legion Forest Lake.
Nicely done, you guys. That was round number 1, but don't worry, we got 22 more rounds of this coming at you in the next 2 hours, so stick around, get enrolled in this next one, as our minor is going to be clicking up to over 64 balls or less. And look at that, it's already closing in on $400. You guys definitely need to get enrolled in this round.
Yeah, we'll see if we can give it out in this game right here. Most of the time, it goes out in the very first game. It clicks up to 64 balls or less.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can do it in this next 2 minutes as you guys get enrolled. And if you guys want to stay up to date with all the progressives, if there is a 64 ball or less minor jackpot, or if there's any other big things happening like game releases, event schedules, reminders, player pictures, you guys can find all of that on our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games. You'll see our logo. Click on that, and you'll be able to see all those great options, as well as a website link, which is our link tree, which has bar location, a link to bar locations, social media, streams, PGL.world, anything you may need is on that Facebook page. So definitely go check it out.
Absolutely. And guys, you definitely need to be signing up at PGL.world. We have our 2 specialty nights going on tomorrow and Wednesday, so absolutely do that. But as you guys know, we get each and every morning started off during the weekdays with a Cup of Joe with Jordy, where I come on for a little 20-minute segment. I get to pull on a bingo extraordinary.
Oh yeah, today was me.
Yeah, so if you missed it, you missed out. We go over over the big progressives you'll see on the line. You would have already known to be here at this time for this over $26,000 jackpot. And so you guys better come out each and every morning for that little 20-minute segment to go over the big progressives.
Yeah, and it's just 30 minutes before that Twins Bingo gets started that you always want to be here for. It runs from 12 to 1. You can always win that jackpot in 52 balls or less. And me and Will were not able to give out that jackpot. And so it's continued to grow. It's already over $6,000 heading into today and should be even larger heading into tomorrow.
Well, hopefully I can give that out tomorrow during lunchtime. So make sure you guys come out from 12 to 1 each and every day for that. But right after that, from 1 to 4, when you guys were playing, before we jumped on this happy hour, that's when you guys get the chance at the 25-cent card edition of Jackpot Hunter. We have an awesome major, minor, and mega always on the line for you guys each and every day that grow in ball count that you guys absolutely need to be trying your hand at.
Oh, yeah. Love that Jackpot Hunter 25-cent edition. I also like the Jackpot Hunter we're in right now because that's what we're in, the happy hour edition of Jackpot Hunter. It runs from 4 all the way till 6. We have all these great jackpots available, as well as 2 bracketing games that are really, really great. They're both Lucky 4 Bingo. We were not able to give out that first opportunity jackpot of Lucky 4 Bingo right at 4 p.m. It was at $14,000 heading into that game. Didn't give it out, so it only grew, as you guys will have another shot at it at 6 p.m.
Absolutely. But right after, you guys jump into a full 4 hours uninterrupted of Skull Bingo tonight, guys. You definitely want to be coming out for it, as it is going to be interrupted tomorrow and Wednesday night. So you better come out tonight for these great prizes we have on the line, like the $43 line prize that you can take home in 10 balls or less, that large frame at $1,250 of 43 balls or less, and that coverall prize already grown up to about $967 in 50 balls or less. That big prize is the one that went out this past weekend, finding Mark's pocket.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. Love Skull Bingo. Super, super fun. And no matter how large the prize is, no matter how small the prize is, the ball count stays the same. So it's always the same likelihood of you winning that great prize. But you talked about interruptions that happened during that Skull Bingo. It won't be happening tonight, but the next 2 nights it will be happening, as tomorrow is a MegaSota game night. And that starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Your only shot being able to see Tony and Nikki on the big stage, and they bring to you guys a bunch of pilot tournament game action where you can earn a bunch of PGL points as well as some great cash, like a $10,941 jackpot in Jackpot Jungle that you could take home. That great prize in 54 balls or less.
Yeah, not to mention you get another opportunity at the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter that you're playing right now. So if tomorrow at the end of our happy hour show it leaves off on a great prize, you'll get another opportunity later that Tuesday night.
Yeah, love MegaSota game night, but I also love our Wednesday specialty night.
Are we officially a Twins Wednesday now?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, well, big things are happening. Ian and I are going to be taking over that studio, trying to give out as many PGL points as possible. We even have a high-low game in there where the biggest loser will get to take home a first-place prize. But we already got someone taking home a prize in this round.
Rich over at Rumors Bar and Grill taking home a jackpot of $480. Good job, Rich, getting a nice jackpot on this one. And that means all that major jackpot is still going to be on the line as we head into this game number 3 of Jackpot Hunter. So still great prizes available that you can win in 53 balls or less.
Absolutely. And as soon as you guys get this minor prize over $100, that very next game is going to be clicking up from 52 to 56. So get your buddies, get enrolled, and let's get this cash rising.
Oh, yeah, definitely some great stuff here. But we were talking about Twins Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Super excited about Twins Wednesday. It's switching over. Our Wild are off the ice now. They're in the off-season mode, and so...
Yeah, I wonder what studio we'll be in tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what studio it looks like we're in, because it will be interesting. But Twins Wednesday, super exciting stuff. Not tomorrow, 2 days from now.
Absolutely. On Wednesday night, you guys need to be coming out for it, especially because we end off the night with our own Jackpot Jungle, but it's the 25-cent card edition on Wednesday night. And so in 52 balls or less, you could take home a jackpot of over $12,325, my friends.
Oh, yeah. But just in round 2 of Jackpot Hunter, just the last game we were playing, we got the official total jackpot. Rich over at Rumors Bar and Grill was able to take home $481.
Can't forget that 5 cents.
Yeah, and 5 cents, But good job, and now we're getting enrolled into a game number 3. While you guys are getting enrolled in this next minute and 15 seconds, we got some national days to get into.
Absolutely, and that first one is National Check Your Wipers Wipers Day. National Check Your Wipers Day on May 16th reminds drivers in Latin America to regularly check their windshield wipers to ensure optimum visibility in the event of inclement weather on the road.
Yeah, I think it's a great day, as you should probably change your windshield wipers all the time. But I don't think this is a national day for us, but it was on the national day list that I checked. And so I was like, I'm going to throw this on there because I never think to change windshield wipers.
Yeah, apparently you're supposed to change them every 6 months.
Yeah, you totally are, because
it makes sense. Around 6 to 8 months, I'm usually like, oh wow, these are getting bad.
And I think it increases being in the Midwest, where we have different weather all the time.
Yeah.
And so the mixture of snow, ice, and rain, I think deteriorates it even faster than that 6 month estimation is.
Absolutely. I definitely need to be a little bit more proactive about that, my friends.
Oh, yeah, but it really does help. There's nothing more satisfying than driving, going to get those windshield wipers, and it's still raining, and you like put them on, and then they wipe it off for the first time, and you're like, whoa.
I can see clearly now.
I know. How many times have I sang that just to some new windshield wipers? It is great whenever you get that satisfaction.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's a soundtrack that plays in everybody's head when they see that first wish of just clearness.
Oh, yeah, and you're like, this is how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be just this little strip that I'm peeking out of.
leaves the streak when you go back down. Or,
Well, you just need that little strip of clear so that you can see through, and that's all you need. Yeah, it's National Check Your Wipers Day. So if you do have some wipers that have been deteriorating from the winter months, make sure you get that thing changed, and hopefully you could see better even into these rainy months that we have in, the next few months, as summer's just around the corner. I think officially has happened, but
no, the official first day of summer is June 21st.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the summer equinox.
I didn't know that.
Summer solstice.
Is it summer? I only run by the groundhog, so
I'm not really sure how many weeks that played into effect.
Yeah,
but
so
the weather is finally above 65 degrees, and so I think us Midwesterners can call it summer.
Yeah, summer equinox. That's all baloney, but the
the groundhog.
The groundhog.
Punxsutawney Phil, my friends. That is a scientific.
That's a scientific fact right there. So I just believe in the groundhog. But I don't even know what I'm saying. Happy National Check Your Wipers Day. Next up is National Mimosa Day. Yeah, definitely a great day, as we are actually pretty close to giving out this prize, $19.80 that we're going after in this one, is Jake D.L. Bowman Scoots. All within line to be able to take this one home. We'll see if they can do it before I get into this National Mimosa Day, because I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about in National Mimosa Day.
Yes.
But let's see.
3 balls away now. We got a ton of players in line to take this home, and there it is.
Big time player, Yags 370 over at the Riverboat Depot, taking home $19.80. Good job, Yags 370. Now we are getting enrolled into a game number 4 of Jackpot Hunter, and that major jackpot is just going to continue to grow into this next one, as well as the minor prize. We'll see if they can get over $100 while we get enrolled into this game number 4.
Absolutely. But as we were saying, it is National Mimosa Day. So if you guys want to have that refreshing, light, bubbly drink, today is the day to do so.
Yeah, well, let's read about National Mimosa Day. National Mimosa Day on May 6th gets its name from the mimosa, a yellow flowering plant. This simple mixture of orange juice and champagne or sparkling wine resembles those flowers in color. However, the flavor adds a kick to most any brunch.
Absolutely, especially if they're bottomless.
Oh yeah, good old. Will was talking about how he sees a lot of mimosas, like people making jokes about them, and they'll pour their champagne, and then they'll blow,
waft the
orange juice out over the champagne, and be like, yeah, that's my mimosa right there.
Yeah, that is. I think my mom would actually do the same thing.
She'd be like, yeah, gets enough citrus flavor there.
Oh, the amount of orange juice that she puts in hers, she might as well just waft it. She literally is just like a
Just a little touch of it.
That's it.
But mimosas don't need a lot to be able to be super flavorful. And,
no, because champagne, or if you're using sparkling wine, it's typically sweeter anyway, and so it's not something that's going to taste like bitter or like bad.
So it's super tasty. I think mimosas are great for a little brunch snack. I think summertime, like eating out on the patio, you got your your bagel with you, and you got yourself a nice mimosa when you got nothing else to do. I feel like I could totally get behind that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the drink that my family chooses on any special occasion.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. If it's a morning thing that we're celebrating, whether it be Christmas, whether it be Mother's Day, or whatever it may be, we typically always have that as our morning starter. My dad will do his coffee and Baileys, but my mom, everyone else, we all just get the mimosas.
What time is the right time to drink Bloody Marys?
Typically in the morning. That's another morning time drink, but people have Bloody Marys throughout the entirety of the day.
Because I've never been a Bloody Mary guy. Never enjoyed them, but I've always wondered. Time of the day drink. It's an any time of the day drink.
Yes.
Okay. I think I've only seen your dad drink them in the morning, so so that's where I was like, is that a morning drink?
It can be. I think it's just anytime you'd like a Bloody Mary, you can have a Bloody Mary.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So we're talking about mimosas, which I think are much better than Bloody Marys.
A lot better.
And super tasty. Great mixture of a classic breakfast drink, orange juice, and then adding a little kick to it.
Yeah, what was that kind of mimosa that you tried recently?
Ooh, I forgot what it was.
We
went out to a restaurant.
It was like a sunset punch type mimosa thing.
Yeah, I had it for dinner actually, which was surprising. Mimosa in the dinner time, but it was super tasty.
Absolutely.
And I forgot what it was, but all I know is that they made mine way stronger than they made your.
Yes, I got a spiked peach iced tea.
Yeah.
And it just tasted like iced tea. Like it tasted like someone just poured Lipton in my cup. But
yeah,
I was not complaining.
I was like, how did my mimosa, which is like champagne, end up stronger than your spiked iced tea?
Yeah.
But I guess it turned out that way.
Yeah, but I was completely okay with it, as I ended up getting a flight of different samplers to try as well, and they were a lot stronger than anticipated.
Yes, you had some pretty good wine doing that wine flight.
Absolutely, but I definitely needed the peach tea to kind of dilute the intensity of it all.
Oh, for sure. Well, we're talking about mimosas. Well,
Yep.
Happy National Mimosa Day. We even got some more great days. I don't necessarily know if mimosas fit in with this one, but I think you can enjoy this one and maybe separately enjoy yourself a mimosa.
Absolutely. Start your day off with the mimosa and then work to celebrating this one, as it is National Barbecue Day. Each year on May 16th, we celebrate National Barbecue Day in the United States. Whether you grill at home or grab some takeout, you will find Americans across the country enjoying an assortment of mouth-watering barbecue flavors and sauces.
Yeah, definitely. I think we talk about barbecue more than any other food on this broadcast.
We do.
Absolutely love barbecue. I think you're probably past mimosa celebrating time, and so I guess it's time to now celebrate
barbecue.
Celebrate the barbecue.
Yeah, and I think it's absolutely hilarious that but we got a winner.
Rich over at Rumors Bar and Grill, taking home that $27.20 Musco prize. Good job, Rich, as we are now getting enrolled into a game number 5 with all those jackpots continuing to grow into this next game. The major prize, 26 grand at 53 balls or less. It's going to be staying there. 52 balls or less, it's going to stay there for that minor prize, as it's trying to creep up to $100 as soon as it does so. It will be clicking over that 52 balls or less to a 56 balls or less. Should be exciting stuff, as you guys got 2 minutes and 15 seconds to get into this game number 5.
Absolutely. But I was just starting to say, I think it's really funny that we both come from like a barbecue restaurant family.
Yes, we do.
2 different types of barbecue. We had your dad, and then my dad had his tavern kind of version of the smokehouse.
Yes, you had. I had very true Southern barbecue. Like that was what my dad had. That's where I spent a lot of early life, was in the South, and and so he was very much into having that Southern barbecue
Southern
feel.
barbecue and soul food, whereas mine was a smokehouse and tavern.
Yes, exactly. So different kinds of barbecue, still super tasty.
So good in their
but
own.
it's interesting to see the differences in.
Absolutely, and we always joke about that we're gonna have a barbecue off, but we just know that both of our fathers are way too competitive.
Oh, they definitely would get way too competitive about it. It would be so fun though to have, as I would definitely enjoy myself because I'd be getting a bunch of great barbecue.
I was gonna say either way, we're eating good.
It would either be they'd get way too competitive, or they would be very like bromance, like complimentary
Yes,
of each other's like barbecue.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
It's one or the other.
Yep.
It's either they're like my barbecue's way better than his barbecue, or it's like, oh my goodness.
Or they're like eating and they're like, wow, the rub, man. It's just
like how do you do your rub? Like,
how long do you smoke this for?
yeah, that's how it's one or the other. I actually feel like it's probably a higher likelihood that they just have a little barbecue bromance. But I think that's great stuff. I love barbecue. Do you have a favorite way to consume barbecue? See, I have a top meal that I would choose to eat barbecue-wise, like if I just had a one-time meal. But my all-time favorite is different than my one-time meal.
Okay, tell me yours because I need to think about
Okay,
this.
so my one-time meal, like if I could choose any barbecue meal for one, just like is gonna have to be ribs. Love ribs. I think they're so good. But top tier, like my all-time best barbecue has to go to one of the sandwiches because they're just the classics. They're the things that you could have all the time. You go. I've had way more pulled pork sandwiches than I've had racks of ribs. And so it has to go between like a brisket barbecue sandwich
I was gonna say brisket's probably my favorite.
Or a pulled pork barbecue sandwich. So
yeah, I want brisket with mac and cheese, Redskins, and like garlic green beans. Like, that would be like my dream with like those things of the assortment of sauces. Like I need like the sweet and sassy. I need the house blend.
Are you coleslaw gal?
Oh no, but I am a cornbread gal.
Oh, okay, cornbread all the way.
Cornbread muffins, whatever you got, I'll take it, man.
Yeah, I want a little bit of Texas toast with my barbecue as well. Yeah, love myself some big old Texas toast with it.
Yeah.
That's how I used to have my pulled pork sandwiches.
Texas toast.
Two big old Texas toast. It wasn't even how my dad made his barbecue sandwiches at his restaurant. It would just be I would go back and I would make myself two things of Texas toast and then steal myself some of the meat and would create myself an after school little snack for a barbecue, a pulled pork.
There was a barbecue joint in my original hometown in Metro Detroit area that gave like huge pieces of Texas toast, like absolutely massive as their side. And it's still to this day, like when we get barbecue food at my grandpa's house, who still lives down there, we get that Westbourne barbecue. Oh, so good.
That's so tasty.
Is it Westbourne? I can't remember what it is.
Whatever it is, it's probably really, really good stuff. But I love barbecue. There's so many different ways to enjoy barbecue too.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, lately our main consumption of barbecue has actually been barbecue bacon pizzas.
That has been.
Yeah.
I've just recently discovered barbecue sauce is the base on pizzas this past like 6 months, and it has consumed my pizza eating life.
Oh, it's so good.
I used to be just like a pepperoni or really anything you got, I'll eat, but like I discovered barbecue bacon, and my world has forever changed.
Yeah, and now you just can't get away from it.
I can't. It made pepperoni pizza taste less good to me.
Yeah, I've been because we had so much of it. I've been going back to like the pepperonis, the cheeses, the meat lovers pizzas.
I gotta say, a classic cheese I was never really a fan of, but now. Love them.
Yeah, they're super tasty. We do have a winner, though. $21.40 going out to BDL.
The Bold Squirrel.
The Bold Squirrel over at Harbor Inn in Garrison. Yeah, good job, Bold Squirrel. Taking home $21 on that Musco prize. And that means all those jackpots are growing and rolling into this game number 6. I don't know what it entails to be a Bold Squirrel.
Those ones that dart across the road as you're pulling up in your car.
Right, as you're pulling.
I'm like, do you have a death wish?
That is a bold squirrel.
It is a bold squirrel.
Definitely.
Are those ones that will like literally come up and like get on your feet or close to you or touch you as you're eating in like a public area? Those are bold squirrels.
Bold squirrels. Well, I guess the bold squirrel got the win on this one, and now we are getting enrolled.
I guess bold squirrels play pilot games.
Yeah, so good job. Now we're getting enrolled into a game number 6. So that minor prize getting over $100. That means not in this game game number 6, but in game number 7, it will be clicking up from 52 to 56. That's as long as we don't give it out in 52 balls or less, giving out the double prize of that major and minor prize.
I think we should just do that.
Yeah, I think that's the better way to go about it. 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled in this game, though, so definitely do so while we try and give out these prizes and go over some more national days. Before we move on from National Barbecue Day, though, I don't even know what else I have to say about National Barbecue Day. We've talked it pretty much through.
We talked a lot about barbecue.
Yeah, love barbecue.
We got Curtis on the headset. What's your favorite kind of barbecue?
Yeah, I want to go to Baldy's barbecue.
What's that?
That is
it like
I think that's a Pilot Games location that is called Baldy's Barbecue.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, last year at PyCon, we had Famous Dave himself having out Famous Dave's barbecue.
Oh, that was super tasty having Famous Dave at our PyCon. I ate up so much barbecue there. I had like a full plate of just different meat.
It really was. And it was just like a small side of mac and cheese and the rest just meat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely loved it. And we got Curtis checking in saying that he's
never had real barbecue before.
He's never had actual barbecue. Well, I would suggest giving it a shot.
Yeah.
As a picky eater myself, I would say barbecue is one of my most loved forms of food.
It's the only condiment he's willing to eat.
Oh, it is. It is. I don't like ketchup. I don't like mustard. I don't like mayo.
No, apparently it's a texture thing for everything else other than barbecue sauce.
Yeah, barbecue. It actually upsets me that I like barbecue as a condiment.
Like the one thing you don't mind.
I talk about that all the time with Jordy about how I just hate that. I don't like any other condiment. It's not like I hate every condiment. It's just I would rather have the thing
like you've
without
admitted,
it.
like ranch tastes good. You just wouldn't prefer to use it.
Yeah, I'd prefer to have it without ranch kind of thing. And so, but barbecue, I would
Slather it on anything.
rather have barbecue on it. So it doesn't make sense, but I love it anyway. So happy National Barbecue Day. And Curtis, maybe one day you'll have yourself. Do you like cornbread at least? Cornbread, I feel like, is something Curtis could get behind.
Cornbread, especially if it's like fresh with like butter on it melting.
Cornbread, sweet cornbread soup.
So good.
So tasty.
That's the only thing I actually remember from Famous Dave's when I would go there as like a young child was their cornbread muffins. They'd come in like the basket as if it was like Texas Roadhouse, and I would eat those things like my mom had to keep them from me. I would eat like 3 as a 7-year-old, and she was like, "No, you can't eat like a handful of cornbread muffins. You actually have to eat food." But I was just over the moon with these things.
Hey, great stuff.
Lasting impression.
Well, hopefully we can get some Famous Daves next time we're in Minnesota, or we'll see what food they have at next PyCon.
We'll see what kind of good stuff we got going on this year. So guys, stick around and make sure you guys are knowing about what's going on, because in the next coming weeks, we're going to be sending out some information about PyCon, so definitely be in the know about that.
Oh, yeah, but we got to get into another national day, as it's National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day.
All right, I'm sure Will had a story to tell.
Yeah, I don't think he actually did have a story about this.
He didn't tell? Okay. Well, he's doing something good for his neighbor today.
Yeah.
And so I'll tell his story for him after we go over what this day entails.
Yeah. You want to read it?
Sure. National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day. You can never fail when following the golden rule. Love your neighbor as yourself. National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day on May 16th encourages each of us to take a moment during our interaction with others and ask ourselves, how would I like to be treated right now?
I think this is I think this is something that extends past this day, that this is almost a reminder to live that way, because it's best to treat other people as yourself.
Absolutely. But we got Rocket over at Eagles of Watana taking home that $21.60 Musco prize. That minor and major are rolling over to this next round when we get enrolled in a game number 7. But I completely agree, and I feel like people, as they age and grow up, they kind of forget that cardinal rule that's like, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Oh, yeah, it's something that's ingrained in you as a kid. But I don't remember the last time someone told me that. And so I guess
some people need to be told that.
And so I guess that's why we have this national day, is so that we can remind, hey, treat other people as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Whatever you like to say it as.
It's completely free to be kind.
Oh, yeah. And do you have any easy ways of being kind?
Holding the door open for people, saying hello back to your store greeters. They feel awkward as heck when you guys don't say hi back. And they're like, hi, have a good one. And you're like, just say hi, even if you don't want to. Like, just be a better person and be a little bit bigger.
I've always appreciated the neighborhood neighborhood just waves.
Yeah.
That's something that I realized that I've went to certain places after living in a few different neighborhoods growing up. Like there's some neighborhoods where nobody waves to anybody and they just drive by and everything like that. Or you're walking down and every single person that drives by you gives you a wave.
Yeah, that's how my hometown is.
And it's like, oh hey, have a good day, kind of wave. And I've always appreciated it because it's like, oh yeah, have a good day. And even though it means so little, it's
still a nice touching thing just to interact with another person.
And it just feels like it makes you feel better about the entire neighborhood as a whole because you're like, wow, everybody's super kind here, even though you've never had a true interaction with them.
I know.
You're just like, wow, they're great.
That has been a habit that's been ingrained in me from living in my hometown, as like everyone waves at everyone, whether you're walking your dogs, you're driving by, whatever it may be. And then I go into neighborhoods where I'll wave at people or something, and like the jogger will give me just like a horrendous look, and I'm just like, I know I don't know you, but
oh yeah, it's like some people that I've been walking through the neighborhood, the person waves at me and they're like, do you know that person? And I was like, no, they just waved at me. Yeah. And they're like, why'd they wave at you? I was like, they were just telling me have a good day.
Yeah.
Like, they were just saying, have a good one.
It's kind of like, certain car types, and they have those waves, like the Jeep wave and stuff. I feel like so funny. I'm
convinced that
every
car has it, and that it's only that Jeep people are the only people convinced that they're the only ones that have it.
Absolutely. Anytime I drive by someone in the same car as me, I mean, I drive a Volkswagen Beetle.
Anybody who drives a unique vehicle. Obviously, I think if you drive like a Ford Fusion, like there's not a Ford Fusion
like
wave,
a Malibu,
like wave kind of thing. But if there's any kind of unique car, there's everyone who drives that unique car waves to each other.
Absolutely. I mean, I love a good Beetle wave. I wave to every single person, and even when you take out my car, I absolutely love thinking about the story of when you saw another older gentleman solo driving a Beetle, and he got so excited to see a young male driving in a Beetle solo. And so I just think about that, and I just think that is absolutely amazing. Like, you just made his day.
Yeah, he was like
I was like
waving back. I thought it was great.
Absolutely.
It was a really nice interaction. So
I probably thought that was so touching.
So it's a great day to do something good for your neighbor. There's a lot of ways to be able to do it, whether it's big acts like raking your neighbor's lawn during the fall time, or it's just the little things of giving a nice wave while you pass by.
Oh yeah, I didn't even tell Will's story. He's actually helping one of his really good buddies build a playhouse for his little daughter, and I'm really excited to see the finished product. I know they've been like slaving away on it, and so it's super exciting to see that they're getting close. They're starting to put up the shingles and stuff on her little roof, and yeah, it's super cute.
It's a really cool little playhouse that they made for her. So I think that's another thing. He did it without any kind of expecting any kind of payback or anything. Just wanted to do it to help out his buddy.
Absolutely. He got to have a nice steak dinner with them after.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it for a steak dinner if that was the case. But we do have balls dropping in this game number 7. That minor prize is clicked up from 52 to 56. Really exciting stuff there. We'll see if we can give out this prize as people are 5 balls away in line to still hit this one. We'll see if it can happen. 69 T-Bird, Bolt Squirrel, Lulz, Avatar. You see the new Avatar is going to be coming out pretty soon? Yeah, it better be good.
They've been putting a lot of time and effort into it.
If it's not good, I mean, I fully expect the cinematic quality to be ridiculous off the wall. But if the storyline and the acting in it is boring, not good, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Well, it doesn't show a real true blue conflict in the trailer.
Well,
like, it doesn't show, like, a big culmination of stuff that has to happen.
I'm hoping that's just because they don't want to have, like, spoilers, and they don't need to build it up. Yeah. We do have Yags 370 over at the Riverboat Depot, taking home a must-go prize, his second must-go prize of these games, taking home $33.40. Now we're getting enrolled into a game number 8.
Absolutely. But, yeah, you were saying that you just might think they don't want anything to get leaked.
That's what I'm hoping for, is that it's just they know
it was a glimpse back into the world.
They know the audience is going to watch Avatar just because of how big of a movie movie it was originally, that they're not going to have to worry about trying to get people into the movie theater, and just
because people have been waiting for this for like a decade.
Oh yeah, and so just giving little glimpses of showing the updated animation quality, updated CGI. I think that's where you're gonna see some really cool stuff.
So the premise of this new movie is it's set almost more than a decade after the events of the first film. Okay, so it's like super far later on, and it's called Avatar: The Way of the Water, and it begins to tell the tale of the Sully family and the troubles that follow them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight to stay alive, and the tragedies they endure.
Yeah, so that's
okay.
So it seems like some interesting stuff. I feel like I'm definitely interested in what's happening with the movie, and I'll go watch it in theaters.
Humans that are gonna take place. Interesting.
Doesn't surprise me, as they were kind of invading the land and all that.
Absolutely.
So, but good job, Avatar, reminding us of that movie that's going to be coming out pretty soon.
Absolutely.
I think. I don't know how soon. Generally soon compared to when the last movie came out. And now we're getting enrolled into this game number 8.
It's going to be released in December.
Oh, exciting. I'm excited for that. So, yeah, that's what it is. We do have another national day to get into, as it's National Piercing Day. National Piercing Day on May 16th. It promotes piercings. In times past, pierced ears were about the limit of what we once saw. Today, the number one type of piercing is nose/nostril,
really?
and quite common. And it's quite common. Yes, body piercings has increased in popularity. Its history dates back to biblical times.
Absolutely. Yeah, I used to be just like crazy about getting as many piercings as possible. I've definitely cooled off since that. That was more of like a teenage craze, where I had a whole bunch up my ears, and I have one in my nose, but...
But since then, you've kind of just cooled off, not really wanted...
I've definitely dwindled. I've taken out, like, a whole bunch of my piercings.
I know. I think my piercing story is just really funny, just as in... I got it done on a whim. I was completely terribly done. I should not have done it the way I did. Got my ears pierced in just a college dorm my freshman year of college, and so that's how I first got my ears pierced, was a needle and a block of ice, and that's what and we called it good with that. Yeah, mine was
the Claire's piercing gun.
Yeah, see, I should have done that. But
piercing guns are horrible.
Yeah, but she had also done like every single one of her own piercings, and she had a ridiculous amount of ear piercings. And so I was like, okay, I trust her. I think she can do a good job. She ended up doing a decent job with it, as I had my earrings in for a really long time. And so that it's funny, and it.
Or how about the 12 hours that you had your nose pierced?
Yes, I tell that story during TwinsBingo about how I got my nose pierced, had it for about 9 hours. I'd say it's less than 12 hours that I had it in. I looked at myself in the mirror a few times. I was like, is this really my style?
He took a picture, and then he was like, all right, I can remember it through that.
Yeah, and I got rid of it.
He looks at me, he goes, I think I'm going to take this out. And I was like, if you don't like it, take it out. And he was like, I'm going to take it out. And just instantly just was like, oop, done.
Yeah, got rid of it, and that was it for my nose piercing. My ear piercings stayed a lot longer, as they were for a few years. I had ear piercings. Went through a couple different phases of ear piercings. You know, had the big studs at one point with the big diamonds on them.
Yeah.
Then I moved over to little smaller earrings with the little diamonds in them. And then later on, I actually went to little gold hoops that I liked.
I liked those.
Those were probably my favorite earring that I wore during that whole time. Even though it was probably the most like
they were pretty
risky,
dainty though.
But
they were small.
They were
tasteful.
Yeah, they were very small hoops, and so they
were like snug to the lobe. They weren't like hanging hoops.
Yeah, so I liked them a lot. I think they were fun. We do have a winner in this game, as Lulz over at the North Bar and Grill took home $49.40 on that must-go prize. Good job, Lulz.
Nicely done. Yeah, I think it was fun in that phase, but you definitely grew out of it.
Yes, exactly. I didn't need to wear those anymore. It didn't fit with my style nearly as much as it used to. Yeah, that's how I felt with my other ones as well. And so then I probably about 2-3 years ago got rid of the ear piercings as well, and now all my piercings that I've had are closed up and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any funny stories about mine. When I was about 16, I ended up getting my belly button pierced on a family vacation. And have you heard this story?
Oh, I've heard. I probably have. Yes.
About where I got it done?
Yes,
So
but I don't remember.
Okay, I'll just tell it again. For your enjoyment as well as theirs. Well, we couldn't convince my dad to let me for the longest time. My mom was constantly on my side trying to convince him and everything like that.
Okay.
But he was always saying, no, I was too young, this, that, and the other. And we just agreed about it. We respected his decision, and we just didn't do it. And then one night we were on vacation, and he had maybe had a little bit to drink. He was a little bit more susceptible to our ideas. And so we pitched the idea as we were walking down the boardwalk, and we passed a tattoo and piercing shop. And he's like, how much is it? And it was like 20, 25 bucks, if that. And so he was like, all right, that's fine. Go in there. And I was just like, oh, cool. Like, let's do this. And I would just go back, get it done, and come out, like, just with me and the piercer. Instead, he takes me to this front room that the entire front wall is the mirror or the window that leads out to the boardwalk.
Oh.
And so I'm laying there, and it draws in a crowd of like young people outside on the boardwalk, and they start cheering me on as I'm getting my belly button pierced, and I'm laying there absolutely mortified. And he's just like, all right, 3, 2, and he just pierced my navel without giving me a warning, and everyone just starts cheering outside the window, and I was like, thanks guys.
Thanks.
This was kind of a traumatizing experience.
That's really funny. I guess you had a lot of supporters there for you.
I did. My parents didn't even know what was going on. They heard hooping and hollering outside, and Hunter went out there, and he saw the crowd, and he looked in, and he realized it was me in the window, as if I was the display trying to draw in people for piercings.
That's
and I was
so
like,
funny.
Well, it was a fun phase.
Well, yeah, and now
It's a fun story.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about piercings is that they're not very permanent, and so you can just like take them out. And I've never gotten a tattoo or anything like that, and that's been my biggest thing is that I don't know what I would like 10 years down the road.
Yeah, I definitely have some regrettable ones.
And so then like piercings were the funnest little like revel phase thing that I could do, where I knew I wouldn't be like permanently causing marks on my body. And so then I had fun with them. Now I'll probably never have another piercing again.
Yeah, I still have just a few on my ears, but in my nose. But
And you've thought a few times about getting rid of the nose. Is that
everyone's
something that
told me not to, but I don't think it really makes a difference.
It's just one of those things that I barely even notice it, to be honest.
Yeah, I have just such a small. I don't even know if you guys knew I had it pierced. I don't know if you can see it from camera, but I just have like a very dainty little gold hoop. But
yeah, well, happy National Piercings Day.
Yeah, if you guys want to go get a piercing, today's the day to do it.
But we got balls dropping in this game number 8. We'll see if we are about to give out this must-go prize, maybe a jackpot in 60 balls or less and $305. We could be doing that. 53 balls or less for the major prize, all very doable in this game.
Absolutely, but we do have some more national days to get into, and this next one is National Coquille Saint Jacques Day. On May 16th, we celebrate National Coquille Saint Jacques Day. This classic French dish is scallops in a creamy wine sauce covered in breadcrumbs and cheese before it is browned, placed under a broiler, and then cooks will usually make the seafood scallop dish with a mixture of butter, cream, mushrooms, and their favorite cheese.
Yeah, this sounds like something I could get behind. I mean, it already sounded good when you said a seafood melt, and then when you add in your favorite cheeses and everything like that, I think that it sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's baked, cheesy, creamy scallops. You really can't go wrong.
No, super, super good stuff. First time I've ever heard of it, though. I've
never
I heard of it as Cloquet Saint Jacques Day. Yeah, that's the day, but it's usually called Great Scallop.
Yes, but we got Guffey as well as Greg, both splitting up that minor jackpot, guys. On that very last ball, you were able to hit it. So you guys are taking home and splitting up about $376, maybe even $377.
And 10 cents.
And 10 cents. But congratulations to both of you.
Yeah, good job to both those players. Now we are going to be getting enrolled into a game number 9 already. Wow, already game number 9 on this one. And those jackpots are going to grow into this next game. That minor prize, 52 balls or less to win. That major prize, $26,000 that you can win in 53 balls or less. Might as well just win it in 52 and take home the minor and major prize.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but love a good seafood dish. Not as much as you, though.
No, I love seafood.
I feel like I could never compare to your love for seafood.
I would like, at least for the majority of my life, I always wanted to end up living somewhere where I could have a sustainable pescatarian lifestyle, where I could just eat fish and seafood as my main source of protein.
That's like the Mediterranean diet, right?
I think so, where you only eat fish, fruit, and vegetables.
Yes, it's. I think that's close
and like
to the same thing.
Or something like that.
So yeah.
I could definitely get behind that lifestyle.
Absolutely, would love to eat that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I would try out that good old
Will St. Jacques Day.
Yeah, whatever she said. Next up on our national day list, we got National Biographers Day. Each 16th of May, National Biographers Day commemorates the anniversary of the first meeting of Samuel Johnson and English writer and his biographer James Boswell in London, England, on May 16th, 1763. Dr. Johnson was a famous playwright, poet, moralist, essayist, literacy critic, editor, and lexicographer, as he was one of the first. He was also a biographer that did a lot of great things as well.
Absolutely. I just wanted to take a peek and see what else was said about this day, but I'm not really sure what else there is other than just the celebration of the first day that they came together.
Yeah. According to Johnson, the best biographer were those who ate, drank, and lived in social intercourse with those whom they wrote. If that were true, his best biography would be an account of the life of Mr. Richard Savage, son of Earl Rivers, which was published in 1744.
Oh my goodness, I almost just had a huge sneeze.
Applying this same rule, Scott-born James Boswell met his friend Samuel Johnson at the bookstore near Covent Garden. Nearly 30 years later, he published The Life of Johnson, which becomes the most celebrated English biography.
That's what I was trying to find. And literally right as you read it, that's where I was able to find it. It represents a landmark in the development of the modern genre of biography. It is a notable for its extensive reports of Johnson's conversations in his personal memoirs. All right. Very cool. Yeah, that's definitely the work that he is most notable for. The Life of Johnson.
Yeah, I've read some pretty fun sports biographies that have come out over the time. One of my favorite ones had to be the Drew Brees biography. I thought his was super, super interesting, as I didn't know much about his story. It was outside of him being like a great football player. You always hear about the Tim Tebow story. You always hear about the Kurt Warner story with him bagging groceries before he gets signed to the NFL. But I didn't realize Drew Brees had this incredible story as well, that I read his biography, and he had 2 shoulder surgeries on his throwing arm, one in high school that completely took out a lot of his recruiting in high school.
Wow.
Then had to go to Purdue, prove himself again, got drafted, got the same injury again, had to go get surgery again. So many teams didn't approve him medically when people were trying to trade him, so nobody wanted to trade for him until the New Orleans Saints traded for him, and they got him, and he became one of the most prolific passers in NFL history, and led them to a Super Bowl and everything like that. So you can find so much cool information that you don't necessarily just get off of the fame of that person.
Absolutely. I can't really remember which historical family it was, but I just read a memoir that I gave to my grandfather to read, and it's about the grandchildren of a family that's high in political power and the life that they lived and like how it affected them and their relationships within the family.
We do have a split win here. We got CN as well as BMK splitting up that prize. They were both playing at Friends Bar and Restaurant in St. Cloud.
Well, you both get to split up $38.60, so go high-five to each other because that was nicely done, you guys.
Yeah, now we're getting enrolled into a game number 13. No, game number 12.
I think it might be game number 11. He's off by 1.
Oh, yeah, we might be getting into a game number 11 right now. You guys got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to get enrolled in this one. We got that minor prize at $80 that you can win in 52 balls or less. That major prize at $26,910 that you can take home in 53 balls or less. Super, super exciting stuff. As we get into this next National Day, this is a fun National Day.
Absolutely, and it's one that just realized my dad still has an unpackaged box of.
Can you still?
I'm sure they are not usable.
Yeah.
Okay, it is National Sea Monkeys Day, guys. The tiny brine shrimp is better known by its brand name, the sea monkey. On the 16th of May each year, many of us celebrate fond childhood memories for National Sea Monkey Day as we look back to our aquariums filled with these magical little creatures that hatched and grew before our eyes. My dad has a thing about saving things from the past, especially products and things like that. And he has an unboxed package of sea monkeys with the aquarium in his basement that I just saw last time I was home.
That's so funny. Love sea monkeys. Did you have a bunch of sea monkeys as a kid?
Yes, we would have a lot of sea monkeys.
That's one thing that I think I had one time as a kid and then never had them again.
Really?
As I don't think we were too into them as a kid. I think we liked them. And we love the idea of sea monkeys, but the actual sea monkey itself, I don't think was a huge hit in our household.
I liked sea monkeys because my dad had a huge aquarium of actual fish, and so I felt like I could have my own little version, and it was little sea monkeys, and I was super into fantasy and magical, mythical things as a kid, and so I thought they were like the fairy versions of fish.
Of fish, yeah.
Yeah, and
totally
so I
makes sense.
absolutely loved it as a kid. That and my Easy Bake Oven, those were like the two things I loved.
You absolutely went crazy for.
Absolutely.
I mean, sea monkeys are a childhood classic. But I probably had a little bit more fun with our other aquatic animals that we had, as we had 2 turtles at one time.
I always wanted a turtle.
Absolutely loved those 2 turtles. Once they became adults, for some reason, we let them out into the wild at the end. That was the decision that we made, was put them out into
fully domesticated turtles.
Was what we decided, and so I was
They'd be able to survive, right?
I think so. I
mean, it's not.
They were just kids. It was it was pretty early on into us owning these turtles. It wasn't like we owned these turtles for full 4 years or something like that. It might have been a year and a half that we had these turtles, and then we let them out into the wild after they became big enough. And so it was fun, but I didn't realize I never thought about that. We just kind of. It was just a way for, I think, my parents to get rid of the turtles.
Probably.
But I always like thinking that they survived in that little lake that we put them in.
Yeah, you guys had great wetlands near you as kids, so I'm sure that they.
See, I'm expecting some giant turtles. When I checked in, I was like, there are gonna be some giant turtles.
Like a tortoise.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was gonna happen to those turtles. When I was a kid, at least, that was my envision of what happened to those turtles
it's just gonna
afterwards.
be a 160-pound tortoise eventually.
That's how it works, right?
Yes, sure.
But we're talking about National Sea Monkeys Day. So if you had sea monkeys, you can reminisce on it today. Maybe if you kept a little prized possession of an unboxed sea monkeys, you can go look at it, be like, oh, look at this. I got this on National Sea Monkey Day. So I think really, really cool stuff. Definitely
just
fun.
Powder in the package by now.
Oh, for sure. 100% is. And so don't open it. You got to leave it unopened.
$19.99.
Because it will definitely I think it will increase value by the time.
That's what I think he is going on in his head, but
there's weird things like that do increase value significantly afterwards.
Yeah, even if it is just the packaging of it and stuff like that. But
and so maybe but happy National Sea Monkey Day. Next up is National Love a Tree Day. On May 16th each year, National Love a Tree Day celebrates the joy of life provided by tree. Reading it is in the shade or taking a bite out of a fresh fruit pie are 2 examples. Of course, planting a tree for future generations to love is beneficial too.
Yeah, but we got Osmali over at Jimmy G's Bar in Utica taking home that $31 Musco prize in this game number 12.
Yeah, good job, Osmali. Now we are getting enrolled into a game number 13.
That's what I'm thinking.
Super exciting stuff. But as you're getting enrolled, we got that minor jackpot getting over $100. So that means the next game, it will be clicking up from 52 to 56. Definitely good stuff there. With that major prize creeping towards 27 grand. As soon as it hits that, we'll be watching out for that one to be clicking up from 53 to whatever it goes to next.
Absolutely. So, guys, get enrolled as you have just under 2 minutes to do so. But National Love a Tree Day, I think, is a great day for you guys to remember that we definitely need to be planting a couple more trees.
Oh, yeah, and I thought I was talking about this with Will, and I said I have way more fun kid-like memories in trees than ever in a jungle gym, like metal jungle gym kind of thing. Like climbing trees, swinging around on them, were always super, super fun. And that was like more of like the fun climbing that I like to do more than anything was climbing those trees.
Absolutely. There was a little island down at the cul-de-sac that the road of my grandpa living on. And so we used to always go down and climb those trees, as they were like magnolia trees, I think. I'm not really sure exactly. I think they were, but they just were so much fun, and they were just absolutely perfect for climbing. It was the perfect height to hoist yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was just an entanglement of all these different branches going every way. And so it was just awesome.
That's super fun. One of my favorite memories from climbing trees is actually one where I went out to my grandpa's property, and he has a tree that is in front that I'm not sure if he still has it anymore, but he used to be out front, and it was as tall as his 2-story building. Was maybe even taller than the 2-story building, as it was just a giant pine tree.
Yeah.
But they lit it up every single Christmas, and I remember very clearly as a kid, like they couldn't figure out a way to get up to the top.
Yeah.
And so they had me go into the middle of it, climb all the way up, like
Oh
the
my
middle of it,
goodness.
and then hang lights around that way.
That's so funny.
And it was so fun. As like that the pine tree is just so thick that there's no
Yes.
way of me falling out of it or
Yeah.
anything like that. And it was just really fun
There's
to try.
literally no way you would have fallen to the ground if you slipped or
Oh
anything.
yeah, no, I'm getting caught on a branch. Now I got cut up like crazy
I'm
because
sure.
I had all the branches sticking into me. But it was so fun just being able to be told like, hey, go climb that really, really tall tree. We're gonna use you for that.
Absolutely, with no consequences.
Oh, for sure, it was a great time. But Ben was the crazy one. Ben was the one that was always all over the place when it came to climbing trees.
Doesn't surprise me. I feel like he's the kind of kid that you'd be like looking for him for like 20 minutes and be like, "Where is Ben?" And he's just like up in the rafters of some tree, just like off like a mile and a half from the property, like just like minding his business.
Oh yeah, there would be times where you're like, "How did you even get there?" And then he'll be like, "I'll show you the exact same way as I get down. And this is how I got up." And then he'll do it, and you're like, "That doesn't make sense. Like, why would you choose to do that?" But it was so fun.
It works for him.
Yeah, it did. Like I would see him like back on the tree with his feet pinned on the other side of like this tree that split up, and he'd be like shimmying up all the way the tree and finding another like branch path to go off of. And I'm like, how'd you do that? I don't know. And it's because he figured out very quickly that less people yell at him when he climbs to the top of trees than people yelling at him when he climbs to the top of playground equipment.
Oh.
That's what he figured out very early as a kid. And so
See, mine was the opposite. They didn't care if I was on a play structure. They just assumed, oh, I'm playing. I'm on a play structure. But if I was in like the tippy top of a tree, they would have like a panic attack. Like, I'm sorry you can't get up here, but I know how to get down.
Yes. See, Ben, though, would get on top of like the entire play structure.
Yeah, the roof and everything.
Like the roof of like the actual thing, and it was a little bit more dangerous than probably being on top of a tree. But
yeah,
it was fun, and so it's Love a Tree Day. I've always wanted to plant a few trees and stuff like that. And I was talking about how I really want in my grown home is to have at least one giant tree in my yard.
Absolutely, and I think it's amazing when they can be commemorative of people and past. But we do have a winner.
Bill over at VFW Forest Lake taking home $36.40 on that must-go prize. Good job, Bill.
Nicely done. That was game number 12.
Bill.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah.
But we are getting enrolled in a game number 13 now.
Yeah, and I was talking about how, I mean, who doesn't want like a rope swing? Rope swings are just bomb.
Absolutely. Or a tire swing.
Tire swing, whatever it is. It seems super, super fun, and I would totally want that a part of my house. And
100%.
And Will was talking about how he actually saw a video of this guy, and he was just driving by, and he saw this guy putting up a tire swing, and he yells out, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you putting up a tire swing?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You got any kids?" And he's like, "No, I just wanted a tire swing."
That's
and
so
he was
funny.
like, "So this is just for yourself?" And he was like, "Yeah, I just wanted a tire swing." And then he drives away, and then it's like a few hours later, and it's him out playing in the tire swing with the guy who just put up the tire swing. And it was just really funny to see, as you know, people never outgrow those tire swings or rope swings.
Absolutely, that is so fun. But you guys have just about a minute and a half to get enrolled in this next game. We got $177 on that minor we're about to get enrolled in, and we also have that $26,987 jackpot on that major. But that jackpot, once it clicks up, it's almost at 27,000. That very next game, that ball count is going to be increasing for you guys.
Okay, some quick fun facts about trees. Trees are the longest living organism on Earth and never die of old age.
Really?
Yeah, fun fact. There's some pines that are 4,000 to 5,000 years old.
Wow, that's incredible. Trees can predict climate change.
Wow, okay.
Really?
Planting trees can help reduce your energy costs.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit of shade.
Some trees have been to the moon, also known as moon trees.
Yeah, were grown from seeds taken to the moon during Apollo 14's mission. In the early 1971, NASA and the U.S. Forest Service wanted to see if the moon's orbit caused the seeds to grow differently back on Earth. These trees were donated to the State Forestry Service in 1975 and in 1976.
That's incredible.
Wow, trees are able to communicate and defend themselves against attacking insects.
Really?
Okay.
Trees also can block noise by reducing sound waves.
Yeah.
And they absorb it.
Trees can reduce stress. Interesting. I'm just gonna live with that. Trees can. Me hugging a tree is gonna reduce my stress. Trees can help reduce the effect of climate change. I feel like we all know that one.
Yes. Definitely makes sense. Trees can help you find your way if you get lost in the woods.
Yeah, I've seen that happen many a times, having little marks on trees, whether it's moss that's growing on it, and you're like, I remember that tree, and it all can help with that kind of stuff. And then the final fact, more than half of all tree species exist in only one country. There are 60,000 tree species in the world, and many are threatened from extinction. Brazil, Colombia, and Indonesia have the highest total of native tree species.
Did you know when you hang a birdhouse on a tree branch, it will not go up as the tree continues to grow?
Really? The branch won't grow?
The branch grows, but the birdhouse will stay in place. It almost is as if it grows from the edge rather than like continuing out from the trunk.
Really?
I did not know that.
That's super cool. Well, definitely some really fun tree facts there on National Love Tree Day. But we got 43 balls dropped on this one with Rocket 12 balls away. We'll see if we can give out this minor prize in 56 balls or less, or maybe even a lucky 53 ball or less to give out the major and minor prize. And no matter what you do, you're going to be taking home that $43 Musco prize along with a jackpot, or all by itself if we click over on these jackpots.
Absolutely, but we do have some Twins news to get into, as Joe Ryan allowed one run over 6 innings and was backed by solo homers by Byron Buxton and Gio Urshela from the Minnesota Twins to beat the Cleveland Guardians 3-1 on Sunday. That is what we like to see. Ryan, who is 4-2, threw a career-high 103 pitches and struck out with 5, with his only blemish, a 4th-inning changeup that Jose Ramirez hit over the right field field fence for his 8th home run this season.
I mean, sounds like a great day for Joe Ryan. We do have a winner in this one, $43 going out to I'm Alive over at 3D Sports Bar. Good job, I'm Alive. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Hopefully, we don't have any dead players playing Pilot games. And so, good job, I'm Alive. Now we're getting enrolled into a game number 14.
Absolutely.
But as we are getting enrolled into this game number 14, we got a little bit more Twins stuff to get into. I mean, they've been great so far this season. Outside of that Astro series, we've been really happy.
I'm just glad that's over.
We've been really happy with how they've played. We are now 20-15 this season, and hopefully we can get to 21 wins today as we are heading over to Oakland to take on the Athletics at 8:40 p.m.
Absolutely. So you guys will be playing a little bit of Skull Bingo, but in the meantime, you can show some support for our Twins by playing our awesome eTabs game, Twins Win. You can play it at any time. You can pick a lucky batter in that home run derby bonus round and win some Grand Slam prizes.
Oh, yeah. But to check in a little bit more with our Twins, the Oakland Athletics are 15-22 this season, so not a terrible record, but they are coming off a few bad losses to the Angels, where they lost 4-1 to them yesterday, 9-1 to them on Saturday, and also on Saturday they were able to get a win 4-3, but before that on Friday lost to the Angels 2-0. So it's been a rough string of games for the Athletics, as hopefully they can keep on this downward trend as they head against our Twins the next 3 games, as we take them on at 8:40 today, 8:40 tomorrow, as well as a Wednesday time of 2:37 that we're going to be taking on those Athletics.
Absolutely. So hope this series goes a little bit better than that one we were just in, but
yeah, because that Astros series was not the way we wanted. Although the Guardian series did go pretty well planned, as we won the series, winning 12-8 on Friday's game. We lost 3-2 on Saturday's game, but then came back and won 3-1 yesterday.
Absolutely. But you can definitely play that Twins Win at any time. And we've officially changed over from that Wild Wednesday to a Twins Wednesday. And so, guys, definitely come out for that PGL night as well.
Yeah, we're all twins now. Super fun stuff. And speaking of twins, we got Twins Bingo, where you guys earn points towards the Twiking Zone. And our Twiking Zone top 10 has been pretty fun lately.
Absolutely. And we start off with a player who's been stuck in this spot for the last week or so, as Pooba is in 10th place over at Brian's Bar and Grill, still sitting with 99,000. Gonna need to accumulate some points to get in that 100,000 point club, or they will be bumped out.
Yeah.
9th place, we have Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon, who sits with 104,000. With 111,000 in 8th place, we have Lucky Tim over at the Lakefront Bar. 7th place is Yo-Yo over at the Riverside Store and Tavern with 119,000. 6th place is Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue with 136,000. Then in 5th place, we got Mikey Wins at Steve-O's with 148,000 points. But closely ahead with 152 in 4th place, we got GTZ over at the Midi. Then our top 3 sit with Sinbob over at Bedrock in 3rd place with 171,000. With 187,000 in 2nd place, we have Nan over at Corky's Bar, South Haven. And in 1st place, not being rivaled really by anyone, it is Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine, sitting with 236,000 points.
Well, I know you talked about Pooba with 99,000 points, having to worry about staying in that top 10.
Did they get some wins today?
And Pooba, I don't think, got some wins today. But the player right behind him, High Horizon Brizo, who has 95,000 points, got some wins today. And so we'll see it. Now, it was 95,000 points, so needed a few wins to be able to catch up to Pooba. But
it's definitely closing that gap.
Closing that gap a bit, and we've been seeing Brizo out during those Twins Bingo games a lot lately.
Absolutely. So you hear that, Pooba? If you're out there, get that fire lit under your tuchus, because you are about to be kicked out.
Yeah, let's move on to those location standings in the Twiking Zone. In 10th place, we got Main Street Pub in Kimball with 157,000 points. With 191,000 points in 9th place, getting bumped back from 8th, we got VFW Blaine. Moving up from 9th into 8th, passing up VFW Blaine, we got Carbody's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids, now with exactly 200,000 points. With 254,000 points in 7th place, we got Our Place on 3rd in Faribault. With 257,000 points in 6th place, we got Steve O's in Crystal. 5th place is Corner Bar and Goodhue with 278,000 points. With 283,000 points in 4th place, we got Eagles Rochester. Before I get into our top 3, though, we do have a winner.
That's right. Jim Rocks over at the shortstop Fridley's taking home $35.20 on that Musco prize.
Yeah, but in that game number 14, now we're getting rolled into a game number 15 with that minor prize. If you can win at the exact same ball count, Jim Rocks, you'll be taking home that minor prize because it's clicking up from 56 to 60 balls or less as we get into this game number 15. As we also have our eye out on that major as it's clicked up from 53 to 54 balls or less.
Absolutely. We love seeing that. So you guys just got a higher chance at taking home that major, and we got a bunch of games left for you guys to try and take that home.
Oh, yeah, but I got to get to the top 3 location side of the twiking zone. In 3rd place, we got American Legion Fridley with 362,000 points. Big jump to the next location, as in 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar Southaven with 464,000 points. And, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump into 1st place with 751,000 points. We got VFW Spring Lake Park.
Absolutely. They've just been dominating these standings so far, and I can't wait to see if they're going to break the record this season. They're going to need to pick it up a little bit to get over that 800,000 mark and try and close in on that record, but I can't wait to see if it's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely could happen. I mean, super excited about it. I think that the 800,000 point club will happen quicker than we are probably expecting, as I saw some more VFW Spring Lake Park players getting some wins today.
Absolutely. But if you guys want to check out some of the other fun games we have to offer, right now we're listening to a little bit of Bachelorette Party. It's a super fun classic E-Tab game that we know and love, and you guys should definitely check it out as it is a super, super fun theme. But if that doesn't seem up to your speed, don't worry. We have over 50 different charitable E-Tabs and counting that come out all the time for you guys to play. You can choose to play those at any time. They all have 85% payout and huge prizes up to $1,500. All games having small bets between 50 cents and $5. Awesome bonus rounds as well as free play rounds as well that you can earn too.
Yeah, definitely. Some really great stuff there. Love Bachelorette Party as well as all of our other E-Tab games that are all super, super fun.
Oh, yeah. What's your underrated E-Tab game of the week?
Underrated E-Tab game of the week has got to be Persian Dreams.
Ooh, I like that take.
Yeah, I haven't talked about Persian Dreams in a while. I used to listen to it a lot more on the broadcast.
Me too.
And so I feel like it needs to be highlighted once again. A great E-Tab game, great theme.
Absolutely.
And it is definitely a fun game.
Okay.
So what's yours?
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Absolutely. Who doesn't want to see Ben Frank throwing a couple cash bucks at you?
Yeah, I think that's some good stuff. So definitely check out whatever your favorite E-Tab game is, as well as our E-Tab Spotlight Bachelorette Party, where you can choose your own character even between the Bachelorette Party, or, you know, the steamy bartender.
Suspenders and all.
That's not a bartender. But we do have a little bit of music history to get into, and our first thing in music history is some pretty cool stuff. In 1983, Michael Jackson does the moonwalk for the first time on TV when he breaks out the move on the Motown 25th anniversary TV special.
Iconic.
Yeah, I mean, the moonwalk, so cool.
I mean, Michael Jackson's the one who made it as big as it is.
Oh, did it exist before Michael Jackson? I think Michael Jackson is the creator of the moonwalk. Because I don't think there was anybody else that did it before him.
Yeah, no. Wait. A dancer and singer named Jeffrey Daniel, who is a member of the R&B group Shalamar.
Okay.
It pioneered the dance move, but he taught it to Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson's the one who made it the iconic move it is today.
And it was called the backslide.
Yeah.
As then Michael Jackson popularized as the moonwalk. So Michael Jackson was the first person who popularized it, but it was created by a different dancer.
Yeah.
Super cool stuff. I mean, Michael Jackson
definitely helped pioneer it.
When you talk about music and perform like dancing, like I don't know if there's a single artist that's ever been able to do what Michael Jackson was able to do between dancing and music.
Absolutely, he was iconic. I mean, I don't necessarily support him, but Chris Brown knows how to dance really well.
Oh yeah, no, there are other great dancers, but I saw Michael Jackson do moves that no one else has ever been able to do. And so I've seen great dancers that can't do what Michael Jackson could do on stage.
Yeah, he was definitely iconic.
Oh, it was so good, and was like his own version of iconic. He didn't go out there and do anybody else's news. He was Michael Jackson out there on stage.
Absolutely. But we do have a winner at 69 T-Bird over at the Lookout Bar and Grill in Maple Grove is taking home that $68.60 must-go prize. And that miner is going to be clicking up over to 64 balls for you guys this game. Is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, guys, definitely get enrolled as we are going to be giving out some big cash in this next game probably.
Yeah, as we get enrolled into a game number 16 of the broadcast. Michael Jackson, the moonwalk was great, but I will never understand the lean that Michael Jackson did.
Yes,
now,
that
Will tried to tell me that it was all a nail in the shoe, and you slide the nail into the place, and it holds you in place. And I was like, yeah, I've heard that as a theory. And he said it like it had been found out that was how they did it. But I just like to think that he was able to do it all by himself. Is it still all just speculated around? Is it actually real?
It's saying that right before he did the lean, a metal rod would come up from the stage floor into the sole of his shoe and hold him in place.
No.
I'm sorry.
Is this fact? It's from a .com. I mean, how could you trust a .com?
It's not physically possible without trickery. He goes down to a 45-degree angle.
I'd beg to differ. I saw Kyrie Irving do it, and so I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no. He actually invented it as he filed a patent in 1993 detailing the rather complex design of a shoe with a specialty design heel slot for the rod.
Okay. Well, I guess
debunked.
It's still sick. So definitely some fun stuff as the moonwalk made its first debut on the TV screen today in 1983.
But also on this day in 2000s, Britney Spears' second album, Oops, I Did It Again, was released. It sells 1.3 million copies in its first week alone, setting a new record for the best-selling debut by female artist.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely crazy. I mean, what a great...
She took the world by storm.
She really did. She really did. I mean, 1.3 million copies. That is ridiculous. Oops, I Did It Again absolutely dominated girls' radios for probably the entire year.
Oh, I guarantee it was longer than that.
Yeah.
It is a song that has stayed prevalent even to this day. I guarantee if you play that song, there isn't a female in the house that will not start singing it.
Oh, just the song. But, I mean, the album itself is absolutely ridiculous because, I mean, you got so many big hits like, I mean, Stronger, Don't Knock on My Door, Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know. There's a lot of her big hits came from that second album as it was so big. And then she had, I mean, so many big hits.
Yeah, I know her more for like her singles and like the one big song from each album. I don't really know a lot of her discography, but like I know like the main songs done by her.
Well, you know, it's Britney. I won't finish. But definitely some cool stuff. Britney Spears releasing Oops, I Did It Again.
Absolutely. But if you guys plan on coming out for our specialty nights, tomorrow night we got that MegaSota game night happening at 6:40. And on Wednesday we got that TwinsWinsDay that happens from 7 to 9 each and every week. And so if you guys want to come out for those specialty nights, it'll be a lot of fun. You'll get some great cash in your pocket. But you'll also be earning those PGL points if you sign up at PGL.world. Once you sign up at PGL.world, you'll become a member of the Pilot Gambling League, be able to accumulate and compete for those PGL points, and have access to insider information. You'll get get a monthly newsletter, and you'll also get awesome, great information like when we send out info about our annual PyCon that we were talking about earlier. That's how we'll do it. So make sure you sign up at pgl.world. You'll get a brand new logon that you can download that Player Connect app and sign in directly to watch our streams, as well as we get to showcase all of the new players who sign up at pgl.world.
Yeah, those new players are Jesse J, Panda, Stacy Schwa, Raygun, Catgirl87, Burrows, All, The TJ, NS1413, Chicken Dinner, Pete, HDS, Vivian, Wildlife 97, as well as Number One Mom.
Absolutely love it. I love seeing all these new names that you guys sign up with, and I love seeing them show up in different spots as well, like those PGL standings.
Yeah, do you have a favorite name right now?
Before I go over that, we got winner over at 3D Sports
jackpot.
Bar and Billy Bob, both splitting up that jackpot of over $545 and about 95 cents.
Yeah, really good stuff while we get into this next game, a game number 17 on the broadcast. Super exciting stuff. But do you have a favorite name?
I'm going to go with Chicken Dinner.
Okay, my favorite right now is going to have to be Vivian. I don't know why.
It sounds like a movie name to me.
It does.
Or like a name of an album or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I really feel I agree with that. I feel like just Vivian. Or it could be like a movie production studio.
Yes.
Like, welcome to Vivian Studios.
Absolutely. Like how the A24 pops up, it could definitely be Vivian.
Exactly. Well, good name right there to all you players getting signed up at pgl.world. We'll see if you can get it to our top 10, as our top 10 sits like this. In 10th place, we got OE50 over at Stanchip Bar with 1,048,000 points. With 1,059,000 points in 9th place, moving from unranked on Wednesday to 9th place, we got Bucks over at Rustic Saloon. Getting bumped back from 7th into 8th last Wednesday, we got Reyes 22 over the Old Town Tavern with 1,140,000 points. Moving up from 8th into 7th, we got Nixon at VFW Roseville with 1,152,000 points. With 1,152,000 points, but just slightly ahead of Nixon, only about 100 points separating these two players. In 6th place, we got Sarah Honey over at Eagles Austin. 5th place is Bryzo over the Underground Bar and Grill with 1,283,000 points. With 1,341,000 points in 4th place, we got Forget You D over at Eagles Austin. 3rd place is Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon with 1,742,000 points. With 2,004,000 points in 2nd place, we got Keith over at Billy's Rockford. And in 1st place, we got Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post with 2,133,000 points.
I'm going to make a big prediction, a hot take, if you will, that Keith is going to take 1st place.
Oh, that is definitely a hot take, as Bam Bam has been the longtime holder of that 1st place spot. But Keith has definitely been making it a race over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility, so I don't want to discredit him just yet, as I think that he has been closing this gap diligently, trying to get his way towards this 1st place spot.
Oh yeah, but we are just 5 seconds now away from getting into this next game of Jackpot Hunter, a game number 16, where we hopefully will give out maybe a major prize of $27,000 in 54 balls or less. But if we're not quite able to do that, we'll be moving on to a $42.20 must-go prize, which isn't bad on this game number 16.
Absolutely, but I'm going to hop right into the location standings in this PGL world, because in 10th place, we start off with Neighbors Pub Dover in Dover, sitting with 4,004,000 points. But with 4,059,000 points, in 9th place, we have the Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato. 8th place is VFW Northfield, sitting with 4,314,000. With 4,327,000 in 7th place, we have Leo's Sports Bar in Mazeppa. I'm sure they'll move around this week as well. 6th place is Poppers in Virginia with 4,903,000 points. But right outside of that 5 million point club, pretty much as close as you can get, with 4,988,000 in 5th place, they were pushed all the way back from 3rd, is Neeson's Gaylord. Now in 4th place, though, we have American Legion Cleveland sitting with 5,005,000 points. Then our big riser from last week, jumping up into 3rd place from 5th, the location that pushed back Neeson's Gaylord. Now in 3rd place, we have Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter with 5,196,000. But in second place, we have Billy's Rockford in Rockford with 6,303,000 points. Closing in on first place, Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake, who sits with 6,770,000 points.
Definitely great location standings, great player standings. Good job to everybody who's been earning those PGL points on our Wednesday and Tuesday nights. But we are right here in this game number 817 of this broadcast. We'll see if we can give out this major jackpot. Doesn't look like it. We're moving on to a must-go of $42.20. 6 balls away for some of these players. And we got a little bit of wild news to talk about. And the little bit of wild news is that we lost in the NHL playoffs. And we ended the season with a really good record, 53, 22, and 7. Left some really good marks on our Wild heading into the future. And hopefully we can get everything ready for this next season.
Absolutely, but we got hot over at Narrow Saloon, Oronto, taking home that $42.20 must-go prize in this game at number 17.
Oh, yeah. Well, play our great ETAB game, Let's Go Wild, that we partner with the Minnesota Wild for. Try out that Slapshot bonus round to see if you can get some quick prizes. We'll be taking a break over this next game, and we'll be back for game number 19.
See ya.
Hey guys, and my favorite part of this job is giving out great jackpots to you guys. And over the weekend, I may have not been there to give out those jackpots, but you guys definitely did some good work as we gave out 14 jackpots last weekend, which gave our jackpot total for this season 11 418, and 29 jackpots were given out in total last week.
Oh yeah, we had a crazy Friday starting off our weekend with D. Elberman over at American Legion Forest Lake, who was able to take home $1,732. Next up, continuing on with our Friday, we had Mad Hatter himself over at MC's Dugout, taking home $876. We also had Fresh Start over at Wild Bill Sports Saloon in Woodbury, taking home $638. Next up, we had everyone's favorite quarterback, Sunshine, over at Blasco's Embassy Bar, taking home $1,487. Continuing on with that Friday and ending it off, we had Soph over at Heartland Country Club A, taking home $1,456 home.
Yeah, what a great Friday, but Saturday was good as well, as Willie over at Hadley Community Center took home $6,727. We also had Brother Nate over at Chart House taking home $854. Also winning on Saturday, we had MB Wins over at Sergeant Pepper's taking home $839. $991 went out to Donuts Bag over at VFW Crystal. P&J over at Broadway Pizza Blaine took home the final jackpot on Saturday of $1,444.
Oh yeah, but starting off our Sunday, we had Tab over at VFW Spring Lake Park able to take home $695 home. Next up was Taylor over at Croft Pub and Grub, taking home $725, and actually splitting that up with Brother Nate over at Chart House, also taking home $725.
Nice.
Ending off our Saturday and our very successful weekend, we had Bobbert over at Harbor Barn Restaurant taking home our largest jackpot of the weekend, taking home a whopping $11,622 home.
Well, those are some really, really great prizes.
Oh, yeah. So just remember that when you guys are playing Pilot games, your community wins.
Hey guys, and we love Twins Bingo. That runs from 12 to 1 every single day. It's a super fun game. You also earn points while you're playing that game towards the twiking zone.
Oh yeah, and these standings have been crazy. In 10th place, we got Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon with 94,000 points. 9th place, we got Bryce over at Atomic Star Tavern with 95,000 points. 8th place, we got Pooh over at Brian's Bar and Grill with 99,000 points. In 7th place is Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's with 117,000 points. In 6th place, we got Yo-Yo.
Hey guys, and we are here for some more Jackpot Hunter action as we just finished up a game number 18. We're about to get enrolled into this game number 19, just 45 seconds to do so, as we got a minor prize of $152, a major prize of $27,322 that you can win in 54 balls or less. Really exciting stuff as we get enrolled into this game number 19. And while we're getting enrolled into this game number 19, we're going to check in with the fishing report.
Absolutely. As you guys just had your fishing opener 2 days ago now, and so you guys are out and able on the water once again.
Yeah, super, super exciting stuff. Love it whenever we get to see updates on the fishing. But I want to see if I can find anything great done by Outdoors Weekly for you guys in Minnesota. But I want to find, because this is all pre-fishing opener on May 10th. But what we want to hear, so, I mean, they were talking about ice is deteriorating, really good fish all over the place. But we got a fishing opener report that we may find that's outside of our normal fishing report, just so that we can
there's individual reports per lake. I'm not going to be able to get through all this, as you guys have thousands upon thousands of lakes.
Oh, yeah. But we will check in with... Let's make sure that this is in Minnesota. That's all I want to make sure that we're in. This is mostly in Minnesota, but I can't tell for sure whether it's in Minnesota or not. And so Okay, found the Minnesota fishing report part of it, and it
Alright.
looks like they still haven't updated from that May 10th, but it looks like they're having some really good pike fishing in back bays off of the lake, which was on Zipple Bay. The Zipple Bay Resort Tournament produced 27 pike over 40 inches, with the biggest fish being 44.75 inches. There was a lot of slot pike and eaters as well. Most anglers use dead bait. Others are casting with trolling and spoon crankbaits. The limit on pike on Lake of the Woods was 3 per day. All pike were through 30 to 40 inches must be released. One over 40 inches per day is allowed. Looks like 4 Mile, Bostic Bay, Zipple Bay, and bays off of the Rainy River, all the way bays up to the Angle, are all fair game for most are holding fish. And we're super happy to hear about walleye and sauger season finally being open, along with that pike season, which pike's been open year round, but that walleye and sauger season just opened up on May 14th.
Absolutely. And so I know you guys are going to be out there on the water taking as many pictures with your big catches as possible. But before I go on, we do have a winner.
Tyler over at the bar Goodview taking home $43 on that Musco. Good job, Tyler, as we are now getting enrolled into a game number 20 of Jackpot Hunter with that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 56.
Absolutely. But as I was saying, when you guys are out there on the water, I know you're going to be taking as many pictures as possible of your big catches to post all over Facebook. But you know what? You can do the same exact thing with your pictures while playing Pilot games. We love seeing all your guys' smiling faces, whether you're just holding a drink, a big jackpot, or just your buddies near and dear to you. We want to see all of the fun you have while playing Pilot games. So you can share them directly to us on Facebook. You can email them us to jackpots@pilotgames, or you can even share them on any social medias with the hashtag Pilot Games. And there it is, our nice player picture that we just got.
Yeah, we love a good group player
Sunshine?
picture. I don't remember exactly
Sunshine
who
and Friends,
it was.
I think so.
I mean, a lot of great people in that photo. Love to see all the friends involved with that player picture as well. And so we always get super excited about those player pics.
Absolutely.
And you're figuring out where that player pick came from?
Trying to anyway.
Yeah, as it was such a great player picture. But it was a picture of a sunshine.
I was right. Yeah, Sunshine and Friends.
Over at Blasco's Embassy Bar, definitely a great one. So send in those player pics because we love to see them, as well as I loved seeing the Vikings schedule get put out there and seeing what's all in a store. Before we get into a little article that wrote about the winners and losers of the NFL schedule being released, and we'll talk about what they said about our Vikings schedule. We just watched the Chargers' way of releasing their schedule, and they actually did like an anime release of it with a bunch of anime references in it, and I thought that was really cool.
It's so cool.
I loved our Vikings way of releasing the schedule, as we had John Randall just kind of running around the facilities doing a bunch of different things. Like we were taking on the Bears, and it's just like John Randall cuddling with a bear rug, and it's super funny.
That's
so
hilarious.
I'll have to show you that one as well, as
Yeah.
it's pretty comical to watch John Randall run around there. We actually got John Randall to show up to our last year's PyCon.
Yeah, you got to meet him.
Yeah, I was super happy to be able to meet him. Got a picture with him. Even got in our little player pick and rolling screen.
Absolutely.
Because it was such a great picture. I like to think so. But
I know, and I'm sure you just had so much to say, and you were so excited to see him.
Oh my gosh, I fangirled.
I know. I heard you
fangirled.
started stating his stats back to him.
Yes, I started telling him like his stats, and I was like telling him his like story, like he didn't know it
As
already.
If it's not his own
It's
football
not
career.
his own life, but you could tell that he liked that.
You knew.
I actually knew him, and I think he was surprised with how young I was, knowing who
and how much you knew.
how much I knew of his career. But I mean, he's one of those.
Your sports knowledge, though, is just excessive.
He's one of those so cool football players with great stories. I mean, undrafted to Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
How could you not root for a guy like that? And so I love it whenever John Randall's involved with anything Vikings. So it's fun to be able to see him with representing the Vikings at PyCon, as well as seeing him represent the Vikings announcing the schedule. But in this article that written about the winners and losers of the NFL schedule release, they had one of the winners being our own Vikings.
really looking to reemerge in the NFC North as Aaron Rodgers and the Packers adjust to life without Davante Adams. Minnesota faces none other than A-Rod and Green Bay out of the gate, but at least they get the home crowd behind them for Week 1. Weeks 3 through 6 leading up to their bye are more than tolerable, though, versus the Lions at Saints on a neutral London's field, versus the Bears at Dolphins, and then after a tough midseason stretch, they'll host the Patriots on Thanksgiving to kick off a friendly home stretch versus the Jets after a long week at the Lions, and then again versus the Giants at the Bears. That smells like a wild card recipe.
Yeah, I think that's very, very true. No matter how bad the schedule goes, it does feel like a wild card appearance is in play for us making the playoffs. It does feel correct, and it's super exciting. I mean, getting the Packers one of those really tough games out of the way right on the first game. Aaron Rodgers usually struggles in the first game, and the fact that it's his first game without Davante Adams, I think, is going to be just beneficial to our Vikings, so that we can kind of have that nice early season win against them.
Absolutely, but we do have Wolfstein over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards taking home that $47.80 Musco prize in this game number 21.
Yeah, game number 20. Now we are getting enrolled into game number 21, and we'll be watching out as that minor prize is clicking up from 56 to 60 balls or less. So you just got to win it in the same ball count as we get enrolled into this game number 21.
Absolutely, but it's over $200. So if it doesn't go out in this game, it is going to be clicking up. No, it has to get to 300. Never mind.
Yeah, definitely. But talking about that schedule, I mean, super exciting stuff. I'm really excited that we're going to be heading over to London to take on the Saints.
That'll be super fun.
I always love out of country games, and so to see that our Vikings were able to get one of them just makes a lot more exciting news for that. And I think the Saints should be a game where we can get a win, as they're a little bit weaker this season.
All right.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it just looks like a good season for us. The Dolphins are going to be some tough wins, especially with their additions offensively. But I think a lot of in-conference games look to be beneficial to us, especially versus the still rebuilding Lions, even though they did a lot over the last two off seasons to build up that roster again. I think the Lions are still rebuilding heading into this season. Bears, I don't know what the Bears are doing. They're all over the place, and so I think we should be able to get some easy wins off of the Bears, and then the Packers adjusting to life without Davante Adams should be a recipe for us to even maybe win the NFC North, which could have some huge playoff implications.
Absolutely. I wish I could be a full supporter of the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Us
being Michigan, Michigan people.
I grew up down the street from the headquarters. Like, I wish I could just be a true Lions fan, but I just can't get behind it.
It's tough.
They make it so hard.
They do. They really do. I mean, I've had some of my favorite players be Lions players, and they just end up not working out. It feels like they waste their careers and everything like that. It
really does. I feel like,
Yeah, like Calvin Johnson, one of my favorite players of all time. But all my favorite players, like some of my favorite players, have went to terrible teams, and it just stinks. Like Calvin Johnson came out of Georgia Tech, love all the Georgia schools, and so I always was a huge fan of Calvin Johnson. Then when he came to the Lions, I became an even bigger fan of him as he became the best wide receiver in the NFL. And then just ended up falling off because never win. I mean, not even falling off, just ended up never winning any games because
it's more like being held back.
Because he just was on terrible teams his entire career. So I like being a fan of the Vikings. And
Absolutely.
you guys
make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, you guys can be fans of the Vikings by playing the great E-Tab game Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus to win some great prizes.
Absolutely. But you guys are playing Jackpot Hunter right now, and as you guys are taking home some cash, you're also earning some points towards the Jackpot Hunter standings that you guys get to compete for. So I'm going to hop right into our player standings. In 10th place, we have Spazwell over at the Gas Can Bar and Grill with 46,000 points. With 53,000 points. In 9th place, we got the Crazy Kid at the Tasty Pizza Hangar, 45. 8th place is Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon with 58,000 points, and that starts a super tight-knit stretch as I move on. We have a tie in 6th place still going on between 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar, who we saw out there playing today, as well as Brother Nat at the Chart House. They both have 59,000. But with 61,000 points in 5th place, it's Kev over at the Deer Stand. 4th place is Kimmy over at Niswa Legion with 63,000 points, but with exactly 20,000 points ahead of him. In 3rd place, we have Not Lucky at American Legion Fridley with 83,000. with 120,000 points. In second place, we have Bull at Corner Bar in Goodhue. And in first place, we have Bobo, also at Corner Bar in Goodhue, but with an accumulated 149,000 points.
Definitely some good stuff for all of our Jackpot Hunter players, really duking it out in those standings. A little bit of Vikings/Twins news. That's just a little fun. Kevin O'Connell actually threw the first pitch 2 days ago.
Really?
For our Minnesota Twins. So
welcome him to Minnesota.
yeah, good to see our first-time head coach Kevin O'Connell being fully integrated into the Minnesota sports culture.
Absolutely. That's super fun.
But let's move on to the location side of these Jackpot Hunter standings. In 10th place, getting bumped back from 9th, we got American Legion Fridley with 86,000 points. With 87,000 points, moving up from 10th into 9th, we got Billy's Rockford. Getting bumped back all the way from 6th into 8th, we got Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop with 91,000 points. Then we head on over to Rice as we got Shady's Railside with 92,000 points, moving up from 8th into 7th. Moving from 7th into 6th, we got Riverboat Depot in Sartell with 96,000 points. Now with 106,000 points in 5th place, we got Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. But before I get into this, the next few winning locations, we do have a winning player.
Absolutely, as we got Tam Reed over at O'Malley's Irish Pub, taking home $72.40 on that must-go prize. But don't worry, if you're playing next round and you take it home in 63 balls, you'll be taking home a minor, as it is officially over $303, meaning that ball count is going to be going up to 64 for you guys.
Yeah, good stuff there. O'Malley's, my dad's best friend from high school's last name was O'Malley's.
Really?
Yeah, definitely some great stuff. Love his parents. I went over to their house a few times. My grandparents are still best friends with them, and so really, really sweet people. But O'Malley's, what the bar location that just got the win, remind me of them. So good job getting the win, and I got some more locations to talk about because in 4th place we got Concordia Lanes New Ulm with 117,000 points. With 189,000 points in 3rd place, we got Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. With 219,000 points in 2nd place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. And in 1st place, we got Corner Bar in Goodhue with 385,000 points. Definitely a great location standings, as we got so many locations in different clubs, as well as our players starting to get into those different clubs as well.
Absolutely. But you guys have just about a minute and a half to get enrolled in this game number 22 of Jackpot Hunter as we close in on our final 2 games. But we do have some celebrity birthdays for you guys.
Oh, yeah, and the first one on this celebrity birthday list, born in 1831. We got David Edward Hughes, a British-American inventor, and he actually invented the microphone as well as the teleprinter.
Really?
Interesting. I don't know what all goes into a teleprinter, but microphone, I mean, absolutely huge.
Absolutely. He was a British-American inventor, and he was also known as a practical experimenter.
Okay.
Very cool.
That is so interesting.
He was able to find another way of contact that he discovered and could detect electromagnetic waves from a spark.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
How cool. I mean, that is a very, very, very cool invention. I mean, the microphone is used and is still used to this day.
We're using it right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do we got right here? So a little bit of microphone action. And
Absolutely.
so happy birthday. David Edward Hughes would never be able to do what we do right here without him.
Absolutely. But next up on our celebrity birthday list, in 1905, born on this day was Henry Fonda, the American stage and screen actor known for Mr. Roberts, 12 Angry Men, and On Golden Pond.
Could he be related to Jane Fonda?
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, see if any of his children.
I think Jane might be his child.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's really cool.
Children, Jane Fonda.
So Jane Fonda's obviously Jane Fonda, one of your favorite actresses, and her dad, who was a great actor as well. Henry Fonda was born on this day.
Wow. He did the original Grapes of Wrath in 1940.
Really?
Yeah. My Darling Clementine.
A very iconic actor.
The original Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
That's super, super cool. I mean, not only did he create a legacy of his own doing a bunch of different movies, but also has a super famous family in the fact that, I mean, just Jane Fonda alone being your daughter is huge. Could, I mean, really, really cool stuff.
That is absolutely insane. I mean, Just a very impressive family.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catherine Hepburn. Oh, never mind.
Oh, just looking at people related.
Yes.
To him. Well, happy birthday, Henry Fonda. Next up, born in 1919, we got Liberance. He was an American Emmy award-winning pianist, was a showman, was in the Liberance show, as well as an actor as he was in Batman and played Evil Chandel.
Very cool. He has a very distinct look to him. He seems to be very well equipped in fashion.
Okay.
He did a bunch of different works. He was in a bunch of different movies. He was a child prodigy.
Really?
Yeah, with piano. He was parents. Let's see. His career spanned for 4 decades of concerts, recording, television, motion pictures, and endorsements as well. He's from Wisconsin, and he was a child prodigy pianist and singer.
Well, that is some awesome stuff, but I got to focus on this Jackpot Hunter game as we are super close to giving out this jackpot. There it is, money, naming it and claiming it over at Pie Island Liquor, taking home a whopping total of $597.60. Good job, money, getting that jackpot win.
Absolutely, nicely done. That was game number 22. We're about to begin enrolled in our final game of Jackpot Hunter before we get enrolled in that second round of Lucky 4 bingo for you guys. So hopefully we can get this out in less than 54 balls so you guys can take home the major as well as the minor, tacking on that must go as well.
Yeah, hopefully we can do that. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to get enrolled in this one. Last shot at that major prize before it rolls on over to Tuesday, where it definitely becomes a little bit more competitive.
Absolutely. But next on our celebrity birthday list on this day in 1928, Billy Martin was born, the American baseball second baseman. He was an MLB All-Star in 1956, and he won the World Series in 1951, 52, 53, and then again in 56, while all playing with the New York Yankees. He then went on to become the manager and win the World Series with the New York Yankees in 1977.
Wow, really, really accomplished career. Definitely a happy birthday to Billy Martin. Next up, born in 1938, we got Ivan Sutherland, an American computer scientist that looks to have created the Sketchpad.
Yeah, his early work in computer graphics, he did a lot with. He was a computer scientist, an engineer, internet pioneer. Okay, and he was regarded as a pioneer for computer graphics as well.
Okay, so wouldn't have current day computers without Ivan Sutherland.
Yeah, he did the Sketchpad, a man-made graphical communication system in 1963, and he's got copious amounts of prizes that he won in his works.
Yeah, I'm sure if I knew like technology at all, I would very much know of Ivan Sutherland, as I'm pretty sure Sketchpad is still a widely used
he was a
system.
pioneer in the creation of virtual reality.
Wow, that's really cool. I mean, born all the way back in 1938 and still has touches in the technology that's just been released over the last, 5 years?
Yes, he said his goal was to surround the user with a three-dimensional information, an image that must change the exact way that it would feel in real life.
That's super cool. Happy birthday, Ivan Sutherland.
Very impressive. Next up on this day in 1953, I absolutely love this actor. It's Pierce Brosnan, the Irish actor known for Remington Steele as well as Golden Eye. He was in so much more. He was in, what was he in? Was he in The Parent Trap? He was in Mamma Mia. He was in...
Die Another Day. All the 007 series that he was a part of. Mrs. Doubtfire, he's a part of.
Dennis Quaid is from Parent Trap.
Ah, yes, Dennis Quaid.
I always used to get them confused. No, Pierce Brosnan, he's in so much.
Is he the good, the good-looking, new love interest for the mom in Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yes.
He's so young in that one. I'm very used to him as middle-age actor.
Absolutely.
As that's why I feel like he got a lot of his major popularity for me at least, was
I definitely like him more in his later works.
in the late in the 2010s is when I really remember him. But obviously, I mean, been doing work for a long time.
So long. I absolutely loved him in the Mamma Mia movies.
Ah, yes, definitely agree. I didn't even realize that was him in the Mamma Mia movies either.
Yeah, he's like the main real love interest of her.
Yes, yeah, just couldn't put two and two together. Just as I very much separate his some of his works with other works, just because there's ones where like Mamma Mia where he's like the love interest, and other ones where he's like a serious like super spy.
Yeah, definitely. He's
so-
got range, okay?
Yeah, happy birthday, Pierce Bronson, born in 1953. Next up, born in 1955, we got Jack Morris, baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, was a 5-time MLB All-Star, was in the World Series in 1984. He played for the Detroit Tigers. In 1991, he played for the Minnesota Twins, and in 1992 through 93, he played for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, very, very accomplished career, playing for even our Minnesota Twins.
Absolutely. But next up, on this date in 1966, Janet Jackson was born, the American pop singer known for Control and Nasty.
We do have a winner on this one, winning $57. We got I Roll over at Rapid Ricks, winning that final prize in these Jackpot Hunter games in game number 23. Good job to I Roll, as that jackpot is now going to be growing and rolling to tomorrow. So definitely come out for tomorrow's 4 to 6 time to take home maybe that major prize in 54 balls or less, as well as one more shot at it if we don't give it out during that 4 to 6 time on MegaSota game night.
Absolutely. But you guys have just about 2.5 minutes to get enrolled in this final game of Lucky Floor Bingo for the day before we send you on your way to play some Skull Bingo.
Oh, yeah, but happy birthday, Janet Jackson. Definitely the second most famous Jackson behind
100%.
Michael. I mean, had a great career on her own. I felt like was one of the only of that family that was really able to separate from the shadow of Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
Well, next up, born in 1966, we got Thurman Thomas, an American college / pro football Hall of Fame running back. Played for Oklahoma State, was an NFL MVP, NFL Offensive Player of the Year in 1991, was a first-team All-Pro in 1990-91, and was a 5-time Pro Bowler for the Buffalo Bills.
Well, happy birthday to Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, I feel like Thurman Thomas has to have a fun nickname. I don't know his nickname, but he has to have one. As that just feels like a nickname kind of name.
Absolutely. I mean,
like
when
Thumpin' Thurman Thomas.
Squatty.
His name was Squatty or Squatty Body.
That is so funny.
That's so fun. I mean, he was definitely a big running back, so it makes sense him being Squatty. He must have been short as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was 5'10".
Oh, yeah, it wasn't even that short.
No.
But definitely had some pack to him. Happy birthday, Thurman Thomas.
Absolutely, but we have one final celebrity birthday. In 1986, Megan Fox was born, the American actress and model known for her work in Transformers and other works as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, a big-time actress that played in a lot of things in the 2000 to 2010s.
She definitely found a way to become prevalent again in today's society.
Yeah, by dating good old Machine Gun Kelly. So I hear about her more than I probably would like to.
Absolutely.
What I'd like to hear more about is her toe thumbs.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But enough about that. Let's talk about our Timberwolves as they are in the as they got kicked out of the NBA playoffs. But the NBA playoffs have really been kicking off, as a few more teams have been just kicked out of the playoffs recently, as the Celtics closed out their series. Tying their series. No, they ended up winning their series 4-3 in their last game. The Mavericks beat the Suns 4-3, and the Golden State Warriors beat the Grizzlies 4-3. We'll see what happens with Celtics Heat as they play, and then Mavericks versus the Warriors.
All right, we'll have to see how all that plays out, but we have some fun movies released on this day. And our first one, in 1986, Top Gun was released, and we just watched this, and I'm very excited to see the sequel now.
In 2002, we had Star Wars Attack of the Clone Wars come out. Always love a good Star Wars movie.
Next up, in 2008, we had Prince Caspian release, the additional movie in the Narnia series.
Yeah, first one was great. Prince Caspian, it was decent.
Yeah.
Next up in 2014, we had Godzilla. Good old Bryan Cranston's in that one.
Really?
Yeah, in that 2014 one. Not long enough, though, in that one. We are working on a $2 must-go prize in this Lucky 4 bingo. The first Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science hands out its first award. So, yeah, so really cool stuff there.
Very cool. They had a dinner party hosted in California, or in Hollywood, and it was the first one on May 16th in 1929.
Really cool stuff. But before we give out this prize, we have a player spotlight to go over. Mark over at Albany Bowling Center, taking home $75,849. But before we get into what Mark was doing, we do have a winner.
Kari is taking home $2 over at Carboni's Pizza. Nicely done on that round of Lucky 4 bingo. But as you were saying, Mark took home the biggest jackpot of this past weekend.
And Mark over at Albany Bowling Center, as well as all the other players playing at Albany Bowling Center, are supporting a great charity.
While you guys are playing there, you support the Albany Lions Club, and together our foundation and Lions are helping communities following natural disasters by providing the immediate need for things such as food, water, clothing, and medical supplies, and aiding in long-term reconstruction.
Well, that is an awesome charity, and wherever you're playing Pilot games, you are helping out a specific part of your community. And so remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
See you guys.
155,000 points. With 158,000 points in 9th place, we got Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. 8th place is VFW Blaine with 171,000 points. With 223,000 points in 7th place, we got our place on 3rd in Faribault. 6th place is Steve O's in Crystal with 232,000 points. With 267,000 points in 5th place, we got Corner Bar in Goodhue. 4th place is Eagles Rochester with 273,000 points. With 317,000 points. Yeah, getting that 300,000 point cup started off right. In 3rd place, we got American Legion Fridley. And as quickly as it starts, it ends. Because in 2nd place, we get into the 400,000 point club with 411,000 points. We got Corky's Bar South Haven. And the next location, the number 1 location, you skip over the 500,000 point club and go straight into the 600,000 point club. Because with 677,000 points, in 1st place is VFW Spring Lake Park.
Oh, yeah, and if you want to earn points in these crazy standings, make sure you guys are coming out for Twins Bingo from 12 to 1. Hey guys, we have 2 PGL nights a week with MegaSota game night on Tuesday and Wild Wednesday on Wednesday, and you guys take home a ton of cash and PGL points on those nights.
Oh yeah, and those players that have been earning points all season long. In 10th place, we got Big Pimpin' over at the Alibi Gilbert, the only player outside the 1 million point club with 978,000 points. With 1,029,000 points in 9th place, we got Nixon at VFW Roseville. 8th place is Ted over at the Sunshine Depot with 1,041,000 points. With 1,085,000 points in 7th place, we got a big-time player, Sarah Honey at VFW Austin. 6th place is Reyes22 over at American Legion Morristown with 1,088,000 points. With 1,142,000 points in 5th place, we got Brizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place is Forget You D at Eagles Austin with 1,278,000 points. With 1,682,000 points in 3rd place, we got Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon. 2nd place is Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 1,731,000 points. And then the number 1 player who is closing in on the 2 million point club with 1,929,000 points. It's Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post.
Oh yeah, good job to all of our players in those standings, but on to the locations that they're playing at. In 10th place, we got Neighbors Pub Dover with 3,556,000 points. With 3,683,000 points in 9th place is Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato. In 8th place, we got Poppers in Virginia with 3,702,000 points. In 7th place is VFW Northfield with 3,901,000 points. In 6th place, we got Leo Sports Bar in Mazeppa with 3,935,000 points, just shy of the 4 million point club. In 5th place, starting off that 4 million point club, is Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter with 4,334,000 points. With 4,645,000 points in 4th place is American Legion Cleveland. In 3rd place, we got Neeson's Gaylord with 4,842,000 points. And next up, kicking off our 5 million point club, it's 2nd place Billy's Rockford with 5,795,000 points.
Yeah, super crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, but kicking off our 6 million point club, we got 1st place Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake with a commanding lead with 6,154,000 points.
Yeah, what a great point total for that location. Absolutely killing it so far in this season. And you guys can be out there killing it during our PGL nights. All you guys got to do is come out Tuesday at 6:40 every single Tuesday, and Wednesday. That runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. Make sure you're signed up at pgl.world before you come out here and play so you can earn some points and maybe get into one of these great top 10s.